UConn defeats Marquette 81-52 to advance to the Big East Finals alongside Johnny Soper. I'm Lisa Roman. We're joined today by UConn head coach Geno Auriemma. Geno, you held Marquette to 30% shooting. What was the defensive game plan?
Well, they're not an easy team to defend because they're so precise with what they do. They're so methodical in what they do, and they know which shot they want, and they work really, really hard to get that shot. So for us, it was trying to be more disruptive, trying to be a little more active, making the game a little bit quicker than maybe they wanted to make it, rush them a little bit. And I thought we accomplished that, and they still got their share of shots, but a lot of them were not in the way that they wanted them to be honest. And I think the pace that we played, that we created, I think fatigue started to set in, and you could see it, in the foul situation. We went right out there, big guys. So a lot of that conspired to, make them uncomfortable. Let's put it that way.
We just had Nika earlier, and we mentioned to her, if Connecticut shoots 50%, I think you guys are going to be okay. Of all the impressive offensive statistics you could look at on this score sheet, what are you most proud of that your team did today that you wanted them to execute heading into the game?
I was worried. I was worried about defending them in the lane and how many points we were going to give up in the lane because, again, Mariota, Carlin, even Jordan King, they're really good inside the lane. So we were trying to say, okay, let's limit how many of those they can get, and I thought we did a really good job of that. And then the flip side is we needed to get them to see if they could defend us in the lane, and I thought we did that. The 50% shooting came from our movement, and that's what we wanted. When we played them last time, it was stand around and try to force something to happen that wasn't there, and that plays right into their hands. So today, the movement that we had, and they had to chase us all over the court, and it opened up a lot of opportunities for us, and and we thought we could take them off the dribble and get to the basket, and we did that a bunch of times. So very rarely do you put together a game plan defensively and offensively, and after the game you go, wow, that was about as good as we could do it. That happens like Halley's Comet, once a century. But today was that day.
Speaking of Halley's Comet, you are entering your 26th Big East Tournament final tomorrow. You had 10 players coming off the bench. How important is depth to your team in March?
Well, 3 games in 3 days is difficult, right?
Yeah.
On anybody, on any team. But the thing you worry the most about is you get yourself in a foul situation, and now your players have to play differently unless you can bring somebody else off the bench, give them a breather, whatever the case may be. After this tournament, though, benches usually get shorter anyway in the postseason. Come NCAA tournament time, a lot of times if you've got 7 or 8 that you trust and you think you got everything covered, I think that's pretty much all you need. Now, if you have 9 or 10 and you love 9 and 10, I've been in those situations a few years ago, then you just steamroll everybody because you just keep throwing bodies out there and nobody else can match that. But generally speaking, I think you have to have at least 8. You have to have at least 8. If you don't have 8, then you're asking for trouble.
Thank you so much,
that's
Coach.
That's it.
Good luck, Coach.
That's my spiel. 8's the magic number.